Hello everyone, it is time for sprints. We are down, well, no, we are down 3 rounds now, and we head into round 4. We got 18 more rounds to go-ish in this World Championship. I cannot wait then, of course. Tonight is gold, and we have got a full itinerary tonight. And we have got qualifying, which will be 18 minutes long. Then we have got the sprint, and then we have got the main Grand Prix itself, then. So this is going to be an action-packed event here tonight. I cannot wait. This is going to be a fantastic event here tonight. I am sure of it. And yes, indeed. Then we've got a couple of substitutes tonight. We've also got a driver change to tell you about as well, and that is Milan. Then the last time he drove in gold, he won the race, didn't he, in Saudi Arabia? And another street circuit is on the calendar here tonight as well. So Milan may be the odds-on favourite to take his second Grand Prix win of the season, and he'll be the first driver to take 2 wins. And we've had 3 different Grand Prix winners so far in season 9 of ALR Gold. An absolutely incredible start it has been as well. Our lap record is actually set about 2 seasons ago, which was set by Total P's of a 138-ish, something like that. I think it was a 138. That's what I read earlier. But yeah, so I don't think we're going to get touching that here tonight then. But I am looking forward to this one. It's going to be a great race indeed. Remember, this is how we are going forward then. So qualifying, as I mentioned, then very similar to gold, very similar to silver and bronze. Then tomorrow night, then it's going to be a single session. No knockout qualifying here tonight. We're straight in from the get-go. It will be an 18-minute qualifying session there, which will determine the grid for the sprint race. And then, of course, wherever you finish in the sprint race will determine the grid for the Grand Prix as well. So slightly different to the real world of Formula One, which we had the sprint, didn't we, in Spa this weekend. So there is no second qualifying session. It's just a one qualifying session, then the sprint, and then the Grand Prix itself. Hello, lights. Hello to Cody B as well. Then, of course, we've got a couple of I don't think we got any full-time debutants here tonight, have we? But we have certainly got a couple of drivers into our. I've been driving a couple of seasons in at golf. Then, of course, Max, who has driven 2 Grand Prix with us before. Keza, I think, has also driven 2 Grand Prix as well, if I'm not very much mistaken there. Yes, he has indeed. Then Sonat, who drove 3 Grand Prix with us last season for the Williams team, unfortunately had to give up his seat, didn't he? As there was awful going on in his country. But luckily, hopefully that's all cleared up now, and it's great to see Sonat back in the car, of course. So good luck to Sonat as well. We've also got Chappers in tonight and a young light, so I'm not sure if many drivers fancy the challenge of Baku tonight. Unfortunately, as we are now 18 minutes into the qualifying session, Liam Yeh has left the session. He was last time I looked, so Liam Yeh was for some reason in spectator mode there. And of course, said yes. So as we're now get going, then so Milan, then of course Mercedes have got an almighty team now, haven't they? With Milan in the second seat, then Fangio only drove 1 race for the for gold, then before calling it a day, and he's unfortunately never finished a Grand Prix in gold either. So that's 3 attempts, 3 DNFs, and that's it, unfortunately, for Fangio. But anyway, let's get going, shall we? Because the AlphaTauri, no full-time drivers in the AlphaTauri tonight, so it's going to be Young Lights and Sonat then who will be flying the flag for the Italian team here tonight. Then Chappers will be driving in place of Mark Hughes, probably at the most appalling of luck to start off this season. Then so hopefully Chappers can get the Alpine on a steady ship going forward as well. And have we got Owen Keza driving the Ferrari in rather than Wesley, who's not driving here tonight either. I think that's it for the reserves, I believe, isn't it? Drivers in the constructors' standings, and as it is at the moment, then Omolto, who is leading the World Championship. Great Grand Prix win last time out for Omolto, his first ever Grand Prix win down under in Australia. Then he has 1 point in front of Troye, who had a DNF, and that's only Troye's 6th DNF of his career in gold. Then, so it's very rare to see Troye not finish a race. Then Gamer in third position. Gamer not here tonight, then, but he's had a great start to the season. That's very consistent indeed. Percy in fourth fourth position in the second. Williams and both Williams are in the top 4 at the moment. And as I said that, both Mercedes are in the top 5, with Milan's one and only race so far was a Grand Prix win then. So he's currently in 5th in the championship already. Liam Yates in 6th at the moment. Equels, great start in 7th position. And German in 8th position, also on 16 points then. Mr. Raging Bull on 15 points. Chazza on 14 then. Just outside the top 10 we have Sloth on 12, along with Green also on 12 as well. Knowlesy in 13th on 10 points so far. Indigo on 6 points. Goodness gracious me. Indigo on 6 points then. Siege on 4 and Markey on 1 point. Nigel, Boxtel, Vesley and Cooper have all not scored yet in this championship. Why is my controller vibrating? Goodness gracious me, I'm looking for McLaren at the moment, and I think I'm going to find him, and it's this man here, who I cannot believe I'm saying this, but hasn't scored a point in the opening 3 rounds so far, which is not what we expect of the man who was runner-up last season. And Boxer, I wonder if he's having just a bit of a hangover from last season, potentially then. But of course, he did miss one race as well, as he was on holiday. But Boxtel in here tonight then, and he's got 2 opportunities to score points. And in the sprint, it is the top 8 that scores. Of course, you get 8. First is 8 points, then 8th is 1 point, and all that kind of jazz. And then of course the usual points strategy, usual points format in the Grand Prix itself. In the Constructors' Championship, we right on board with Boxtel is Williams leads the way, 17 points in front of the Alfa Romeo team in 2nd position. Third is the AlphaTauri, of course, last season's Constructors' Championship. A decent start, 28 points back at the moment. Mercedes have been in free fall, down in 4th position, unfortunately. 32 points is for the Haas team, then Red Bull on 21 points, 16 for the Aston Martin, 12 for McLaren, which we're watching on screen now, 11 for the Alpine team, and unfortunately Ferrari have not even got a point yet then, so pressure on for Coop and Keza tonight to hopefully stabilise the Ferrari's appalling start to the season. In the joint constructors, it is completely turned on its head from just over a week ago, where we had Mercedes in the way. Well, they have been in free fall since Gold last week, haven't they? They've gone from 1st to 5th, and it is now Alfa Romeo who leads the way, 15 points in front of the Haas team in 2nd position there. 46 points behind the Alfa Romeo team is Red Bull in 3rd. Williams are in 4th. Mercedes are now in 5th. Ferrari have taken 6th. 7th is Alpine with AlphaTauri, McLaren in 9th position, and Aston Martin, a very strong Australian Grand Prix event, and they're still in 10th, but however, they're only 2 points away from the McLaren team, which we're watching on screen now. Across the line they come, and it is the first opening time on the board, and it is good stuff indeed. Then what about Keza, who is making his 4th Grand Prix start tonight in the Ferrari? He's every time he's driven in silver this season, he's been on pole position. Then can he get his first ever pole position tonight in gold? Then that'd be great stuff indeed. That with the Max Verstappen esque helmet. German going full fast runner West. Milan going fastest by 6/10 of a second at the moment. Now great stuff indeed. For some reason my controller is absolutely vibrating incredibly. It's tickling my toes. Goodness me, I've never felt my controller vibrating in spectator mode before, but that's interesting. So I better not put it on the table because it's going to make an almighty racket. Mr. Rage, who's currently 3rd at the moment, and we've got Coop going into 5th fast as well. I'll get to your comments in just a jiffy. Chappers in the Alpine is 7th fastest at the moment then. And then we've got Green. Look at all that traffic there. Goodness gracious me. Sam Green has just got going as well. Troy in the... Is that someone reversed now? The exit road. I didn't see it. I only seen it very briefly. Indigo also in the 1st sector of the lap as well. Just going to stick with... we're going to stick with Indigo, I think, for the minute then. Green also out there as well. Immortal also... I think Immortal's about to finish his lap, actually, isn't he? So let's stick with Immortal for now. There he is, and there he goes. And he's got a lovely slipstream there from his teammate, which is Percy, who's on an out lap at the moment. So Percy will be starting his lap in just a minute then. But so that is perfectly timed for the Williams team. Unfortunately for Percy, will not get a slipstream himself, but they may repay the favour later on then. But Immortal 2nd fast, about 2/10 of a second away from Milan. With Milan, of course, is I don't think he's joined 2nd anymore. He is 2nd overall in the pole stakes, isn't there? No, I think he's joined 2nd with Jonathan Cox, I believe. I'll have to get that stacked up in just a jiffy, but I'm sure it's Jonathan Cox there with 14 along with Milan as well. I believe anyway, but they're both on 14 pole positions, but they're 8 away from Emerson, who has 22 pole positions to his name. But with Milan becoming a full-time driver again, that is very realistic that Milan may try and steal that pole position record then from Emerson. Then is Indigo doing a great time there indeed. But just as I say that, remember this is only one qualifying session tonight, and it's Troy who's pole position so far on their 40 flat at the moment. Great time indeed, and it's a Mercedes one too. Where have you heard that before? Goodness gracious me, a flash from the past. Percy going through the castle section now. We got Sonat as well. Of course, this is Sonat's first drive in a very long time. I think was it the French Grand Prix of last season was the last time he drove. He was driving this car here that Percy was driving, the Williams team, even though Williams are very much up their game this season after a pretty appalling season last season. They finished 10th in the Constructors' Championship, but now they have already got a win under their belt then. And with Percy, who finished third in the Championship last season, a mortal 100% race league events winner as well. I think that the Williams team have got two pretty impactful drivers, haven't they, on their roster, on their books. And Mortal currently third at the moment there with Lucas Percy flying past. He almost took my 2K off across the line, and that is pole position, the first driver in the 39s. Incredible stuff there, and that is pretty impressive to say the least. And that is absolutely blew me to one side there. Sonat yellow flag in sector 1. It's just drivers getting out of the way. I think here on board Sonat making a return to ALR tonight. It's great to have him back in our company as well. And here comes Sonat in the AlphaTauri, coming up to the line as well. Then when Sonat put himself in the heart of the midfield at the moment, he is 8 fastest, a 10th or second in front of Boxtel. Remember, just one qualifying session. If you just joined us, hello. This is the sprint event here tonight, of course. This is the sprint event, so there is just one qualifying session, so just 18 minutes to get yourself dialed in this session tonight, and again we're straight into the race and action then as well. We've got 6 sprint events here this season. This is the first one here tonight in Baku. I think the second one's in Austria, isn't it? And then I think it is at Spa, of course, and then I think I'm sure there's one in Qatar and USA and somewhere else. And Sloth has gone off the circuit now. That's a bit of a harsh oh my goodness me, what's happened? Nosey has gone into the back of and Nosey has crashed with Percy, I believe, and oh goodness me, he's got a 5. There's a problem, I think, for Nosey. He's got a 5-place grid penalty for the Alpine, and that is not good at all. As he reverses back out, but he's lost his whole front wing there. He looks like he's on an outlap as well. According to the graphics there, as Nigel has emerged out of the garage as well. Just watching, Light said. Also, I think he's next in line. Light says potentially to take a full-time season, but maybe why he's done 3 races so far anyway. Here comes Lights coming up to the line then. Of course, he's a full-time driver in Formula 2, and absolutely dominating performance in Melbourne in Formula 2. Let's see what he can do in Formula 1 trim. 6 fastest there behind Keza by 0.3 of a second. We're not sure what happened with Nosey and Percy. Hopefully we'll find out in the not too distant future. I thought the sun was in the water. And here's Max then, or it's Menace. I'm sure it's Menace Max. I hope it is. Otherwise I have really been I'm going very disappointed myself. And Max is only the highest he's finished in a gold race in his career was 7th. It was only 7th, wasn't there, for Menace Max? Of course, I think when he was a full-time driver in Season 8, we was expecting him, so I think it was him and Emerson it was going to be driving in Season 8 before before the season was quite abruptly cancelled, wasn't it? But yeah, it was going to be Menace, Max and Nosey who was going to drive, but I think that season in my record book didn't count there, unfortunately. Here comes Menace Max now going through the castle section. Let me quickly get to the comments, shall I? Hello Lights, hello Cody. Nosey, sprint, it is definitely. Usually we say it's a marathon, not a sprint. However, tonight it is a sprint, isn't it there? I think it's 12 laps for the sprint, but don't quote me on that because I didn't read my notes before they started this one, which is shocking behaviour indeed. Let's hope no one's got a 5-second penalty from last week either, because I haven't also done that either. Shocking behaviour, but in my defence, I don't really have one, to be fair. Right, so we've got Menace Max coming out of the barn turn then. busy comment then saying, I wish you luck tonight, Tegan. Yes, good luck. Thank you very much, said. I'm sure you appreciate that. We all wish Tegan good luck as well. Sonat currently 9th fast at the moment now. Menace Max taking a lovely slipstream now, and he's going 5th fast at the moment now. Menace has there, and he certainly is going to be a better sent to the top runners. And Williams, Mercedes, Williams, Aston Martin is the top 5 at this moment in time. Nigel has not set a time just yet. Liam, out of qualifying, down in 17th position, not good at all. Nosey 20th, he'll be last on the grid in the Alpine. Champers is only 16th, but on Alpine not looking too strong here, are they? A bit of a difficult time for Alpine. They've also, in the real order Formula 1 as well, they've lost Otmar Safanar. And Milan has gone fastest there by a 10th of a second there, Milan has, and that's an pretty imperious pole position so far. And this will be his 15th pole position of his career, and Mercedes will absolutely love that indeed then. Eric saying, good luck Nigel, good luck Sonnet then, and from Durbin, and I apologise if I'm ruining your names, I'm so sorry indeed then. And Yazik then also saying, good luck Sonnet as well. Keep your comments coming in, guys. We've got a lot. You got the Sonnet fan club in the comments tonight there. For Milan currently fast at the moment. Sonat, where is Yair Hassan? He's currently on an outlap at the moment, cruising around. Boxtel right down in 12th position there. Boxtel has got yellow flags fluttering there, and it's one of the McLarens there. It is Sloth who's in 7th fast at the moment now, and he is touring home there. I reckon he's a bit behind the 8 ball there. Is he back with Nigel then as he flicks it out into the final part of the sector here? This is a very scary part of the lap, isn't it? Going into the line there. When I have used tyres, I'm usually into that Tech Pro. Sparf is shouting at me, 9 laps. Goodness gracious me, then Mr. Commentator, read your pre-race note. Shocking. Nigel 14th fast one. A difficult start for Nigel, the first ever ALR champion, the silver champion as well from last season. No, and Sloth, I'm wondering if he ran out of fuel. And there's Alpine trying to get through as well. We see him cruising, but he's now down in 20th position, and he's ruined his teammate's lap as well. And this is appalling luck for the McLaren team. Oh dear, and that is not good at all. Milan currently pole position at the moment. Chazza has just started his first sector. We're just seeing what Boxtel can do. So I think that's ruined both Boxtel and Chappers' lap here. We got Sonat out on circuit. Sonat is someone just jumped up the order there. Who was that? I don't know who it was, to be honest, because I wasn't looking then, shockingly. Chappers at 13th for the run. We're on board with Chappers. Let's see. I'm sure he's lost an abundant amount of time. Unfortunately, there for Sonat. He's got 4.5 minutes. This is the 3rd longest track on the calendar now, or is it the 2nd there? It's the 2nd or 3rd. It's Saudi Arabia, the 2nd now, and then it's both the drivers said it was affected by Sloth's dodgy parking in the castle section. Unfortunately, both comes to the pits. Boxtel very much in the heart of the midfield then. On board with Sonat now in the Alpha Tari, currently in 11th position at the moment. Remember, this is the sprint and the race itself here tonight. Then Chazza flies past me in turn 15, then dropping down the hill. Then this is the only race circuit on the F1 calendar, I think anyway, which is below sea level, isn't it? Or some of the racetrack is below sea level, if I'm not very much mistaken, which is probably wrong. And I've told myself, that's not good either. Right, here comes Chazza then, and where is he going to put himself on the grid? Chazza's had a decent start, hasn't he? I think the last season he was pretty superb, wasn't he? But let's see what him and the Alfa Romeo team can do. 5th fast, that's more than decent. That's pretty impeccable stuff from the Alpha Tauri. German currently down in the order, down in 17th position there. Sonat, another good time. I was going to say much better, but half a second there. Sonat has not lost any of his speed, has he? Of course, he was the only, or one of the only shining lights of the Williams team last season. And he only raced in 3 events, didn't he? Sonat did last season. So it just it shows that Williams were very much devastated when Sonat had to leave, and really that was probably that contributed to Williams having their worst season, I think, to date in ALR. Immortal just took so much time now through the castle section. Impressive stuff indeed there for Immortal. Goodness me. I thought he was going to crash for sure, but absolutely none of it. That here he is, then Immortal, the championship leader at the moment so far, a point in front of Troy. And I think that this is going to be a start of a classic showdown between the Williams and the Mercedes, and we cannot wait. But Chaz is having none of that, though. 302nd away from Immortal at the moment. He wants to be involved in that part as well. 2.5 minutes to go in this quali session, and German out on circuit as well. Down in 17th position, German is at the moment. Sloth out, unfortunately, parked in a dangerous location. We think he had some fuel issues or ran out of fuel. Knowlesy down in 19th position. There is an issue for the Alpine. Liam Yeh down in 18th position. A visible start for Liam Yeh as Immortal improves by 0.2 of a second, but keeps his position, and he is still a 10th or so behind Troy at this moment in time. Ooh. Sonnet there just coming back into the pit lane. German there slightly out of sync compared to everyone else. Here he is in the Alfa Romeo there. Of course, on board German, who got his first points of this season last time out in Australia, didn't he? He got a very good third position, didn't he, as he goes into the Cup 6 as well. Look at that sun glazing into your eyes as well. That is, I think a lot of drivers are going to have to wear some shades going through that part of the circuit. As, oh goodness me, as we're just now flicking it through, then going down into turn 15. Evening, serious pressure. Edu, is it a sprint? Yes, it is, my good sir. German flying out of turn 15. Yes, we got the qualifying here. Then this is just a short qualifying session, 18 minutes long, and then we have the sprint coming up in just a few moments. As Farfar shouted at me that it is 9 laps in the sprint race. I thought it was 12 for some reason, but it's only 9. We shouldn't be too surprised. But actually, it's the second or third longest circuit on the calendar, give or take. I don't really know. I should know already. If someone can correct me, shout me down in the comments. German across the line then, and where can German go with a minute to go? 10th fastest for German. I'm surprised by that, and I'm sure that the Season 6 champion, the Season 6 World Champion is very disappointed by that as well, because we was expecting German to light up the timesheets there, and maybe pull it into the top 5 where his teammate is, but that is a horror show for German in 10th. And there's still some other drivers that are now on their final runs that German could be really looking. Oh, there's a wheel there. There's a wheel there in the first part of the lap there. I wonder if that is, well, we just in lights out of qualifying. So Chaz and Immortal also retired there, but someone has. Had an issue then. Edu, is it a sprint? Yes, it is, my good sir. It is a sprint then. Vintage, even all good evening to you. Vintage, keep your comments coming in. Goodness me, we've got 33 people watching. I'm getting a bit of stage fright. Box Tower then, hopefully he hasn't got stage fright. Then, of course, the runner-up from last season. Unfortunately, though, it's not been a good season at all, has it there? The man who was second at the championship last season. Checker flag is fluttering in the breeze. Milan across the line and improves by just 6400 a second. He is lowered the bar. Just some more than for Milan. Very impressive stuff. What about that second Ferrari of Coupe? Coupe out of the final turn as well. 20 turns. That is it there for Coupe. Then in the Ferrari. Coming up to the line then. What is it then? Can Coupe improve? He's in 16th fastest now. What about Boxtel? I've gone the wrong way around. That's better. Boxtel 6/10 of a second up. That will be in the ballpark of the top 5, I think. It is. No, it isn't. It's only 10th fastest. I was reading that completely wrong there. Boxtel only 10th fastest. That's a horror show for German and Boxtel. Kez has gone into 4th fastest there in the Ferrari. That is what Ferrari needs, and now they're going to be overjoyed with that. Troy is 0.2 of a second down in the second split time. I don't think he can match his teammate here. Red Bull coming across the line now. No, Red Bull has abandoned their time there. I don't know which Red Bull it was on the map. Then it was Raging Bull who's down in 9th position. Then Troy comes across the line. He's 0.3 of a second down, unfortunately. I'd be disappointed that we've got an Aston Martin in the background there. Of which one is it? I think it's Nigel. Nigel, can he improve his time? He goes 15th fastest there. I think Nigel will be very disappointed at that, unfortunately. They're right down the order. Menace Max, 0.3 of a second up there. I'll read the times right this time. That should get him 5th, maybe 4th fastest there. Keza has Percy's on pole position there. Oh my days, what an incredible lap there from Percy, and really good stuff indeed. Menace Max goes 5th fastest in the end as well in the Aston Martin, but it is Percy taking pole position then for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for the sprint as well. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Magnificent stuff indeed there for Percy. That is Percy's 7th pole position of his career in gold. Then magnificent stuff indeed there for Percy. And I think that he will be overjoyed with that result. Really good stuff indeed then. I think that's Percy's first pole position of the season as well. We've had 4 different pole sitters in the first 4 races. Absolutely stupendous stuff here. And Percy, magnificent stuff indeed. His first pole position of the season, 7th of his career. And that is absolutely perfect. I've only got there's no formation lap tonight, so I've got to get a move on, haven't I there? Let me sort myself out. It is pole position there for Percy by 0.2 of a second. Then on the front row is Milan. Then we got Troy in third with Keza in fourth. Menace Max takes 5th position. Immortal down in 6th there. Chazza and Sonat return for Sonat right left in 8th position. Mr. Rage and Boxdown 9th and 10th. Gurman and Green 11th and 12th. Lights and Indigo. Then Nigel Chappers, Coop, Liam, Nolsey and Slothfed all complete the grid then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Sheesh, good lap, Boxdown saying. As Brooks is saying, yes, it is a sprint as well. Oh, goodness gracious me. Well, that was an incredible lap there from Percy there. Boxdown down in 10th position at the moment now. Goodness gracious me. He hasn't scored any points yet, has he? The man who was runner-up last season. I am absolutely beside myself there. Gurman all the way down the order as well. Goodness gracious me. 2 men who have got a high caliber in ALR struggling at the moment then. There's no formation lap tonight. We were robbed of so many drivers there. So many drivers last week have taken part in the race because of the formation lap glitch, unfortunately. So there is no formation lap. We're straight into it. No formation lap, ladies and gents, so I can't go through the grid. That's what I was quickly going through then and there. Serious mushroom, I'm going to miss my first stream tomorrow because I'm on my wisdom teeth. I'm probably going to be in pain. Oh, gosh, I don't wish that on anyone. I wish you all the best, mushroom. And, oh, gosh, yeah, that's horrible, that is. Oh dear, yeah, because I think my friend had no, lights are on then, it's 5 lights are on, and we're ready for the sprint. It is go here then, and it is action galore then, but Percy takes the lead into turn 1 then. Good stuff, that Ferrari has just been punted by the Williams, I think. Kez has just been punted around there. That Williams just completely missed the braking point into turn 1 there. Goodness me, I think that Mortal was very much a day late, a dollar short of that one, wasn't it? Goodness me. And now look at this, and Milan is going for Percy now. He's having a look there. Milan's on the inside there. Percy has killed the inside, contact between, and Milan got damaged there. And look, the other Mercedes on the outside as well. This is just a sprint, everyone there. And Milan takes the lead there. And oh goodness gracious me, action packed that is Percy got damaged there. We'll find out then, but Milan leads. Second is Troy. Percy down in 3rd position. Immortal and Keza down at 14 positions there. Immortal went to the back of Keza, I believe. I think that's the case. but unfortunately I can't really watch it again there, can I really? I'm sure that was what happened then. If anyone could correct me, that'd be great stuff. But whatever the case may be, Keza and Immortal down 14 position above there, but Milan leads. Second is Troy, third is Percy, fourth position is Menace now, of course, making his first start here tonight as they all stream through turn 15 as we're coming through the complete lap 1 out of this sprint race. Only the top 8 scores points here as we're on board with personnel. It's a VSC then for figures for the second. Williams Immortal down 14 positions there, down in 20th position. No mandatory pit stops in this sprint format, so everyone's going to be trying to get these medium tires to the end of the Grand Prix, to the end of the sprint. It's a sprint, not a Grand Prix. It's a sprint, not a race then. Or if it is a sprint race. I thought Immortal was in the barrier then. Sonat, the only driver on soft tires here, so let's see how that transpires then. That is going to be quite a formidable task if he can. Coop is in the pits now. VSC is still out actually. I thought we'd gone green, but not yet then. So the 2 Mercedes leads 1-2 at the moment then. The second Williams of Percy in 3rd position. Menace Max in 4th. Are we going green then? No, we're still VSC at the moment now. Hopefully we're going green in just a jiffy then. A very long VSC here. Immortal is changing his nose cone now then. Here he comes into the pit set and on to new medium compound tires from Immortal. Also changing the nose cone on the Williams then before we get back out. But VSC out still at the moment then. Serious Mushroom, that was brutal. It was, wasn't it? Goodness me. Immortal completely misjudged his braking point now. VSC still at the moment. Immortal completely misjudged his braking point now, didn't he? Goodness me. I'm sure it's Immortal, but goodness me, Keza absolutely thrown into Narnia, so to speak, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. So VSC has gone, and we're back racing now then. So Milan leads this race. I don't want to say it too loud, but last time Milan was here in Baku, he was pretty formidable, but the problem was that he came unstuck in the castle section, didn't he? But let's see if he can put that wrong right here tonight. On board once again with Percy then, as we're flicking it past, and no DRS then until the end of the third lap, or the second lap I should say then, and we'll be, that's going to get very interesting indeed. And as the two Red Bulls stream past as well. Boxed out currently in 9th position, and German in 10th as well. Of course, Green got his best result of the season last season here, didn't he? In the with a second position, pretty impressive stuff indeed there for Green, and down 11th position, and Green is the moment as he flick past and said, I'm coming over the over the grid hatch as well. Nigel's off the circuit, and it's a huge smash there into the, and it's another VSC, but it's a huge smash there, coming into the very fast kinky end to the lap there, and Nigel out of the sprint race there, and goodness gracious me, that is very disappointing indeed there for Nigel, and oh dear, so Nigel out of the race, and VSC once again, but they have cleared the car quite quickly. I think that the drivers in the back of the field would probably have wanted a safety car. Chappers into the pits as well then, whilst the VSC is out then going, stopping on his marks, and medium tyres on again then for Chappers. Goodness gracious me, Nigel out of the race. I'm more surprised that Percy's perfect English for a Spaniard. Goodness gracious me. Just watching Percy at the moment and in third position. So then we have just got a VSC at one, and the drivers with the most success, I think, in a sprint race in this current grid, I believe it's actually Troy with 2 podiums as well. I don't think he's ever won a sprint race, so has he, Troy? Chappers got a drive-through penalty there for speeding under the VSC. That's Percy, I thought, into the back of the Mercedes there. I think the VSC has ended, but there's a caution in the first sector, and but I'm not sure if it was Chappers or not. Then probably speeding, then unfortunately going down the escape road. But we're back racing. Milan leads. Second is Troy. Third position is Percy. Menace Max in fourth. Sonat fifth. Chaz in sixth. Indigo seventh with Mr. Rage and Bull in eighth position. Boxed out over the back of the all over the back of the Red Bull. We're going to stick with this battle here at the moment. And the two Mercedes against the Williams of Bone. Immortal is down in 18th position. If you just joined us, Immortal then was at the near the top of the starting grid, but unfortunately him and Keza come to blows, or he drew into the back of Keza. Unfortunately, Immortal outside, and unfortunately is down the order at this moment in time, and back on board with Percy then. As a Percy, I think I'm sure that he won the sprint race today. Now look at this, Milan in trouble, and DRS available, and through abreast, going down somewhere, but Troy takes the lead of the sprint event here in Baku, and Percy in second position. Now Sloppers at the pass on race. Mr. Rage has dropped down into ninth position, but as they come past us now, then, oh goodness me, they don't even leave a cigarette paper or whatever, a piece of paper then from the wall, and Percy has taken the lead as he returns to the lead of the the sprint, I should say. My goodness me, Percy has won a race already in the sprint format, didn't he? Last season there. So can Percy, so in 2 sprint events so far, Percy's got 50% strike rate here. We got yellow flags as Green is in the wall, I think. Green is in the wall, and unfortunately that's at turn 3 as well then for Green, and the Haas car is recovering. 5-second penalty for Chappers for speed in the pit lane now. Goodness me, Chappers seems to have the Ocon problem there. Oh, definitely has the Ocon car, doesn't he, with the amount of penalties he is picking up at the moment now. Percy leads, and he needs to get that, he needs to break that DRS out. Lovely shot here from the audience, magnificent. As you can see, the sun is beginning to set here in Baku, as the shadows are very much getting longer as the day is turning into the twilight here. Tango, the leaders, are playing a bit of ping pong. They really are indeed there. Goodness me, the middle Mercedes, I was probably feeling very precarious, very claustrophobic there. Sonat has broken the DRS there from Indigo, so Indigo is going to be feeling very vulnerable there. Look who's lurking in fourth position. It's a menace. It's Max there in fourth position, and he is going to be rubbing his hands, I think, very gleefully here, as now he has got a very good run on that second Mercedes of Milan here. here. And here he goes, and he is gaining. Look at these 4 cars, they're fantastic. But here comes Menace Max. He's having a look down into turn 1. No, he isn't. He's way too far back, Sean. Sit down and sort yourself out. Chazza in 7th position at the moment. He could. Indigo in the wall, and that has lost him a couple of positions here. Has he damaged the. He's got major damage, Indigo has there. And that could all but end his chance of points here in the sprint race tonight. And now here comes Mr. Rage, as he is now alongside his teammate Indigo. Hasn't got the tools for the job anymore. So Mr. Rage takes over that 8th spot then. Where's Gurman? Gurman's still down in 10th position. Well, Gurman is into the pits. Comes Green in after hitting the barrier at the outside of turn number 3. I think it was 3, wasn't it? It was 3. And Sonat on those soft tyres, don't do too bad, but he has dropped quite a bit off the back of these top 4 at the moment. Is those soft tyres then starting to scream here? Lap 5 out of 9 then. Very short sprint races as well. It's not a sprint at all, is it? Because it's not a sprint at all, is it, around here? It's a very long lap, this one is here, isn't it? I think about 6 kilometres long, something like that. Then. So that's why we got a very low number of laps. And we got 26 in the Grand Prix itself, which is coming up straight after this event. And we got 2 races there over the course of ALR this week. Then silver and bronze will also have the sprint format as well. Then, so a lot of racing to be done here in Baku. Over the next 3 days then, and so we don't flick past then and going up to the start-finish line, and Troy still, it's Percy leads the way. Troy in 2nd position, 3rd is Milan with 4th position is Max then. I think we're going to be looking at this battle here then, because look, Sonna is struggling. Look at that, look at the speed difference, and now Boxtow has got the position here of 5th, has he? It is 5th, isn't it? But no, Chazza's got it though, just about. And 5th position there for Chazza, 6th then for Boxtow. Sonat down in 7th, and one of these soft tyres are starting to fade here as they go very perilously close then to the wall of turn 2 then. Look at this at the front then, Percy, Troy, Milan, then Max in 4th position. This is how they're going to start the race, which is coming up in just a jiffy then. Indigo is losing out now, German up into 9th position then, making gains then here at the moment. Lights has got past Knowlesy and up into 12th position as well then. No, he hasn't there, because Knowlesy's coming back at him on the outside. Lights will have the inside there. It's getting very cramped in the old city part of Baku. Actually, I think we're in a new city. It is the old city, isn't it? Goodness me. I'll find my way around here eventually. Indigo, his serious Russia was saying that, as unfortunately, I think Indigo did go Indigo there, didn't they? Boxtow, poor in qualifying, but making up for it very nicely in the race, and isn't he? Boxtow's and perfect stuff from south of the McLaren team. We have not scored yet in this so far in this championship, as Lights is off the circuit there, and he recovers now in the AlphaTauri, but unfortunately down in 15th position there, and this race is a brutal race, and whether it's sprint or the Grand Prix itself. Look at that, they have dropped Milan. Milan is a second back now from Troy, and Troy is within DRS range of Percy with just 3 laps to go in this race. There they are. Max is also starting to I think the Max is going to be very close to the back of Milan. There he is then, and there he goes, and that's an incredible amount of speed there for the Aston Martin. And Milan is down into 4th now, unfortunately. Sonato's now dropped behind, and the soft tyres is not working to Sonat's advantage, but he's coming back at him now, and goodness me, Troy is off the circuit, and the champion is off the circuit, and what has happened in turn 1 for Troy, and look at this, and the man who is 2nd in the Grand Prix is off the circuit in turn 1, he's in the wall, and Troy has lost the nose cone. Lights is out of the race there, and where is Lights gone? I'm not sure, I can't even see where he's gone, to be honest, but goodness me, Troy is in major bother in this one. Oh goodness me, Percy has now got a 2.5 advantage over Max in 2nd position now. Sorry, Menace in 2nd position. Sloth up into 11th position now. Indigo is in 10th position, and Nosey is just keeping an eye on that. But my goodness gracious me, we're going to be looking at Troy here. Look at this, and the Mercedes minus a front wing here, and my goodness me, I crashed in the pit lane going too quick. Lights have said that. Sonat's in the wall! And Gurman's in the wall, and Sonat's is followed him in, I think that. And goodness me, Gurman out of the race as well. We have lost the drivers in the twinkling of an eye here. Oh my goodness. Oh my good grief. I think that Troy's going to have to pit, isn't he? He's got 2 more laps in the end. Sonat has got major damage, so as I think the German crasher and Sonat had nowhere to go. And it's down in 10th position. Oh, he's ricocheting off the wall here. Knowlesy is in the top 10 now, but he's got to be very cautious there because Sonat's on the inside. And, oh goodness me, Knowlesy has somehow found a Knowlesy hole there and got through on the outside. My word there, absolutely incredible stuff indeed. The gap at the front is now 2 seconds out. Here comes Milan. Milan at the moment is Mercedes' only point score. Troy is actually in the points there, but I'm sure he has to pit. Milan is back up into 2nd position now with Menace Max jumping down into 3rd. Boxtal is up into 4th. What an incredible race Boxtal's having. Troy, there is Troy limping, wounded there. We have lost the 3 drivers and Troy has stayed out. He has stayed out, but this because he knows that wherever he finishes in this race, then he will start the Grand Prix later on in this event here tonight. What an incredible race this has been then here in the sprint race. Action-packed all the way, isn't it? It's a precarious race as well. It certainly has been for our top races here tonight. And Tanger's saying that Troy has done that all by himself by the looks of things there. So what a shame there for Troy. It's very, very easy to miss your braking point down into turn 1, isn't it? But Troy, the champion there, is having a difficult start to the season. Is the on board with Milan now in 2nd at the moment, 2.5 seconds away from Percy, who's going for his 2nd sprint race win of his career, which would be fantastic stuff indeed there. I think we've only ever had one sprint race winner, haven't we, in gold then? So so Percy will have the most sprint race wins in the gold championship. Magnificent stuff indeed. That just dropping down the hill then once again. Percy is coming to the final lap. Then was just a 2 second. I say just a 2 second buffer. Menace in 3rd position. Boxed out, brilliant drive to 4th. Chaz in 5th position. Mr. Rage in 6th. And Indigo with damage there. Still in 7th. Slop in 8th position as well. This is the golden day for the Papaya McLaren at the moment. Knowlesy just outside the points in 9th bed with 10th position. There is Troy, and look at us as Menace Max has got back past Milan. There is just 1 more lap to go then, so Milan, you will need to get him down into turn number 3. In turn number 3, that's the other DRS spot on the circuit, and he will have DRS, I presume, going over the finish line then, but unfortunately, unfortunately for Milan, but maybe fortunately for Menace, it will not be enough then. And look at that then, he's too far back then, so Milan will be 3rd here tonight then. Well, I say 3rd, goodness me, we've got 1 more, we've still got well over 3/4 of the lap to go. But at the moment, Milan is 3rd as it stands there. Oh, goodness gracious me, but here is Percy there, fought off the 2 Mercedes there, and has really been absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Great pole position there for Percy earlier on this race. Look at the back end of those cars there, very much stepping out there as the medium tires there. I don't think I've been put through their paces too much there, but they are going to be feeling very much second hand then at this stage, and as we come into the final stages of this sprint race then. And it's going to be Percy going for who have the most sprint race wins now with 2 in his account. Then if he can just keep it on the circuit with just a handful of corners to go. Them saucer of Balladeer, sir, as much as saying I wasn't sure. It felt like a bit of a stretch to get the soft tires into the end. However, I think the Sonic's done a great job though I think that would he have stayed at the points potentially, but he did get involved in that concertina shunt there in turn 7, I believe it was there. What an incredible sprint we've had though. And here comes Percy then. He is going to win his 2nd sprint event, 2nd sprint race of his career. And here he comes, and Percy wins the sprint race here in Baku. Incredible race indeed. But can Milan there, 3,000 of a second away from getting 2nd position there. And Indigo is in the wall. There's Deborah all over the circuit. Troy might be, well, he's just I can't believe Troy is only 2 seconds away from getting a point in the sprint race. Wow, incredible stuff there for Troy to keep that car going with no wing. Well, that's pretty immense stuff there from Troy, and that is crucial. What has happened then? We have lost Sonat, and we've lost Keza in the final stage of this race. Well, I wonder if it's the same place where Indigo's gone off. And look at this, that's going to propel Immortal up into 12th. It has indeed then, my word. I am dripping with sweat, and I've only just done 9 laps around here. My goodness gracious me. Only 14 drivers completed 9 laps around Baku in the sprint. So I got to say, the Grand Prix itself, I think it's going to be mesmerising, isn't it? Goodness gracious. Great Scott! My word there. And look at that, Milan just 3/1000 of a second away from getting second position there. And that 3/1000 second was the difference between a point and not a point there. Congratulations to Percy, a second sprint race win of his career here tonight in Baku, and I think that is Percy's most complete performance of the season so far. Really good stuff indeed. Sloth gets driver of the day. Magnificent stuff indeed. Now here's the classification then from the sprint. Oh my word. Percy, Brooksy was reporting, Brooksy's engineers reporting that Percy had damage when him and Milan came to blows in turn in the early part of the race in turn 3. Max finished second today on his first race of the season. Good stuff indeed. Milan in third. Boxstar, great recovery to fourth. Fifth was Mr. Rage. Chaz in sixth. Sloth seventh. Knowles the eighth. Troy very good salvage operation in 9th. Liam Yen 10th. Coop 11th. 12th. And Motor Green in 13th. Chazza kept Chappers in 14th for this. Then the rest retired from the session there. Goodness gracious me. Whew, my gosh. And now we're going on to, now we've got 26 more laps of this incredible event here tonight. Well, I got to say, I think that we had a lot of action in Australia down under last week, and I think that we're going to have almost we're going to have twice the action, I think, here with 2 races. That is there we call, well, it's a sprint, not a race then, albeit it is a race, isn't it? But we had the sprint race, 9 laps then, and it is Percy who took the race winner. He'll be on pole position. He'll start first for the race itself, but he was on pole position anyway after qualifying first. Then Boxtel made his way up into a very fine 4th position as well. He's very much in the hunt now for potentially the race win. Good recovery drive there for Boxtel. Great stuff from Troy as well, with a very wounded Mercedes, has somehow managed to bring it home in 9th position as well. Good stuff indeed. Sonat also with wing damage there, and Indigo up until a certain point also is about to bring home in the midfield as well, which would have been very handy for the race itself. But goodness gracious me, that. We've got Serious Russian GG. Brooksy said hit the wall between Milan. Yeah, he was sandwiched, wasn't he? Person was that. Chappers got my drive through because I got a second under the Delta coming out of the pits as a safety car was ended, which gave me the drive-through, which is, oh, we're racing, and here we go from Baku, and Max is going on the inside, but Percy just hanging it on the outside and takes the lead then here tonight then, and now as we get going then, so it's Percy leads, Max and Menace in second position there, third is Milan then, there's Mr. Right up to 4th, Boxtel's dropped down a position there, Nosy up 3 positions there, we've also got Indigo up 4 positions as well. I thought that Knowles started 8th, but there we go. And Lights also at 5 positions as well. But it's but at the moment there, it's Mr. Rage in 4th position there with Boxtel in 5th at the moment. And so yes, we get going then. So Percy's had the perfect start there, but Max is going very much in his wheel tracks, isn't he then, for this race. And let's see, Troy is also up to 8th position. Right, so top 10 this time that scores the points. Then we've got 26 out there. It's now a standard Grand Prix here. But Azerbaijan is the race here in Baku and Azerbaijan is anything but a standard race. And on board Milan then making his Mercedes debut here tonight, isn't he? Making his debut here tonight in the Mercedes, of course, won the last race he participated in, which is in Saudi Arabia just over 2 weeks ago. And now a full-time driver replacing Vanjo Milan is. So let's see what he can do then going forward. Troy all over the back there to Slop, but as Troy is trying to recover after the issue he had in the sprint race. This place just makes me nervous. Serious Russia saying it does indeed that. I think that this race very much causes chaos, doesn't it, wherever the drivers go. Boxtel is about 8 tenths of a second away at the moment as we come through to complete the opening lap then. So good stuff indeed there for Indigo then. And we come position then. We've got soft tyres for Mr. Race, and we've got soft tyres for Champions as well. Hard tyres for Percy, who's now lost the lead there because Menace has taken the lead then in this race. And hard tyres also for Boxtel. That will complete the gap. Is a tenth of a second then, but we've just had the lead change there. Boxtel on hard tyres as well. We've got hard tyres for Coop, for Immortal, for Indigo, for Lights, and then we've got Nigel's green and Sonat also on the hard tyres while everyone else on the medium. Chappers into the pits, and issues then for Chappers in the second Alpine car. And now we then as Percy is now in second position, but he is going for the long game here, isn't he? On those hard tyres. And what about Boxstar? He's a second back then, but because Chaz are all over the back of him and all over his gearbox. Boxstar is at the moment, then, so we're into the heart of the midfield then. So no retirements at the opening stage of this Grand Prix then. Lap 2 of this race then. My goodness me. The only problem with no formation lap is I bet the drivers love it, but I certainly don't, because I didn't even have a chance to finish off the commentators reading that. This is looking good though for the McLaren team, isn't it? Very good stuff indeed there. Of course, Boxall has got some points now, got some points on the board there. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward then. Still think the softs are a bad idea. Only one driver's on the softs now, and that's Mr. Rage in Bull then. I wonder if he's expecting a safety car in this early stage of this race, and he's currently up in the fourth then, and that soft tyre has given him the jump over Boxtal at the moment, hasn't he? Which is a very good stuff indeed. That Immortal then, who was in the sharp end of the field then, will unfortunately misjudge the braking point in turn 1 in the sprint. Now making his way up the order. He's now in 12th position at the moment there. Immortal is there. Goodness me, almost kissing the wall then, as he is giving Coop very much a cause for concern in the rear. That yellow flag in sector 2. That is Sonat off the circuit, and Sonat then having issue. He's lost the whole of the wing there. Sonat has it, so he's going to have to come to the pitch and change that nose cone, unfortunately. Sonat down in 19th position, and here comes Immortal powering his way through. Percy at the fast operator, and he was almost through. I think Percy was. He ran out of straight set. Cooper's lost 2 positions there because Indigo is through as well, and Indigo is actually going to get past 2 here on the straight, and there's a double overtake almost there for Indigo, and he is through and up into 11th position there. Immortal dropping down in 12th, and look in front of us, Knowlesy is having a sniff on the inside of Liam at the moment there, but no dice. They get very perilously close to the wall. I keep seeing smoke there. There's a Mr. Rage has lost an almighty amount of time now. Dropping down the order. Troy, up the inside there, and Chazza had to bail out. That Troy was coming through, whether it's rain or shine now. Troy as the champion. He's up in his 6th position now, and Chazza down into Chazza down to 7th. So I'm not sure if the softs are maybe Serious Mushing there very much. Very much felt what the issue is going to be on the soft tyres, and he certainly knows the Penguins who does. He Serious Russian does, and he has already foreseen the issue there. And Mr. Rage has lost it all. Look, he's lost 8 tenths of a second now to Boxtel. There's the top 3, and you just see the flash of the papaya. McLaren in 4th there. Boxtel making his 2nd season in the McLaren Mercedes. There, isn't he there? Of course, McLaren are still the most successful team on the ARR grid currently. With 2 Constructors' Championships to their names, of course. Renault have the most Constructors' Championships, with 3, of course, in their very dominant Season 2, 4 and 5 seasons in ALR. Watching Percy then, and he is very much within the DRS facility of Max. Now, Max, I'm not sure how he's going to defend this, as he is on the medium tyres here, but Percy feeling, Percy very much showing the speed he's got in that Williams car. Can he get the sprint win and the race win itself? But that'll be pretty impeccable, but we still got an almighty amount of laps to go. Troy passes Mr. Rage, moves himself up into 5th position as well, as he is trying to get himself back through the field. Knowlesy has got past Liam as well, and now up into 9th position. Knowlesy has had feeling much better after he had COVID last week, didn't he? And was not feeling himself at all. Knowlesy back to his best, and Nigel having a real struggle this season, and he's also in the pits as well in the Aston Martin. A nightmare start to this season for Nigel, the silver champion, unfortunately. So then we've got the top 3 here. They are then. It's Percy, Menace and Milan then. Boxtel just behind us, and look who's also behind Boxtel. It is the old sparring partners of Troy and Boxtel from last season. We haven't seen much of them racing this season, but we're going to see a spot of it here tonight anyway. Just watching Percy. Lovely shot here. Then the closest thing we've got then to what the driver's eye view is around here. And goodness me, you can hardly see over the top of the cockpit here now for Percy, as he is fighting tooth and nail. And German, oh goodness me, German there off the circle at turn 4 in the Alfa Romeo. Then a nightmare race there for German. A nightmare race has been for German. Nigel defending from Sonat then, as he's just come out just in front. And these 3 at the back there probably need a safety car to get themselves back in this one, I feel, because it's going to be a long old race there. And I think the Percy was trying to escape the DRS zone. He has not done that, has he? And now, once again, look at that. The Mr. Director loves these helicam shots, don't he? I love them too. Fantastic, isn't it now as we blast now coming up to the start grid now, and DRS is now available. We've seen the rear wing open there from Menace Mac, but he was very much already 3/10 of a second behind that. Now he takes the lead once again. Then it's gonna be very much to and fro. That is Milan there also gaining behind as well in third position there, but Menace leads the way. Second is Percy, third is Milan, and Boxstar has lost 7/10 of a second on that back straight there. So Boxstar looks like he's struggling in the straight line there in that second in that McLaren there. But both McLarens are in the top 8 at the moment, which is great stuff indeed there. Menace Max leads the way. Percy second, third is Milan, fourth Boxstar, Troy in fifth position, sixth is Mr. Rage. Now we have got a great scrap here between Lights and Keza and Coop. Keza has got past his teammate, and he was also having a sniff at Lights as well, but Lights just about keeping that position, and lovely helmet design there for the way from Coop. I love it. Sonat up into 18th position there, getting purple in the final sector as well. Great times indeed then into the castle section, and you can see then it's very difficult to warm with those tires in the opening sector here, isn't it? Because it is probably so cold then, as you're very much in the shadow of the old city, aren't you? As we now blast onto the fast part of the circuit as they fly past me and going down into turn 15 from oh no, and we got a safety car. There's debris all over the circuit. Lights out of the Grand Prix in the AlphaTauri, and this could be golden news then for the drivers at the back of the field. Let's see what it's going to do for the drivers on the hard tires though, and maybe in the medium as well. Mr. Rage will be happy with this out of the safety car coming out, but it's a bit too early for the medium runners, so they're going to have to take this opportunity, aren't they? Because the pit lane loss is so much less when you're not at racing speed. As the unfortunately, Lights is the first victim of that of the castle section in the Grand Prix. Then unfortunately out of the race then, and that is a big shame indeed. None of the top 3 have come into the pits. Troy is in the pit, so Troy is very much in the pit. So Troy is the only one of the top 5 pit. It's decided to roll the dice here. And who else in the pits? Well, I think Knowles is also into the pits, and hard tires on for the Mercedes car now as he comes back out of the pits, and we got some overtaken in the safety car there, so I was a bit surprised by that. But Troy coming out of the pits, Mr. Rage also on the hard tires as well. And a Green then who is going to get out in front of Troy. He's not, so he's going to be behind Troy at the moment. That's a massive field spread already in this race, isn't it? Immortal changing the nose cone there for the Williams car then. So Immortal having a bit of a tough day, the championship leader. But let's see then, this is a far from done. This is a far from a done thing for Immortal. But at the moment, I think he's lost the lead in the championship already, I believe, hasn't he? I don't know, I'll have to get my calculator out then. Into the pits comes German. Sonat also into the pits. Well, Chappers have stayed out on those hard compound tires. Just amazes me that they're still going. Don't jinx me, don't jinx me, don't jinx me. Ball dropping now then, that saved him. You also got Lights dimmed in the castle section, switched off, and goodness gracious me then. I love a bit of the puns there. Fantastic stuff indeed. A bit of puns there. 20 laps to go. So Max leads, Menace leads the way with first and second. Just think if it's not Menace Max, and it's actually another race, then I'm going to be quite ashamed of myself. And I am at the end of this one. But Menace at the moment is leading the way in the Aston Martin. Second is Percy, third is Milan. So the first driver who has pitted is Troy. So Troy's going to have to really work hard to get these hard tires up to right temperature now, isn't he? But he is the first driver who has pitted them with Green just behind him who hasn't pitted them. So that's going to give a bit of Troy a bit of a helping hand here, isn't it? We've got Knowlesy, Mr. Rage, the second driver who has pitted. Same with Knowlesy as well in third. Then we have got they've got Immortal go medium tires. Keza on the hard tires. Nigel on the medium tires. There were Chappers on the hards as well. Coop gone on soft there. German on. What? Green is parked the car in the middle of the road. What's gone on for Green? And that's very unusual, but he's lost a load of positions there because it looked like he wasn't in the session now. Oh my goodness me, Lights has left the session. We've got a car in the pits of Immortal, and I wonder if Immortal's got caught up here in that issue with Green, but he's lost a lot of position there. He's lost about 4 positions. Immortal back into the pit lane here, and a very, very unusual. Williams, he's gone on softs now, Mortars, and the safety car is still out at the moment now. Get yourself a drink. Sure, that I do need a drink. I'm going to get one in a minute, I think. Goodness gracious me, I need to wet me whistle because that sprint race was absolutely action-packed for 9 laps, wasn't it? Good gosh, yeah. Green now is saying that he's having issues there with his connection, and he's now coming. So my connection is shocking. My connection is unusually shocking. I'm so sorry. So Green now is having an issue with his connection, unfortunately. Yeah, that's very unusual because Green, we never seen have an issue with any issues with connection now, is he? But yeah, he's yeah, he looks like he's in a he's getting out of the way of everyone, which is very which is a very brilliant. It's a very sportsmanlike thing to do. Very sportsmanlike thing to do. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Green. But this is not fantastic at all because this is the Haas car. Oh, what a shame for Green. This is the scene of where he really elevated his stock as an ALR Gold driver. Reached second position last season, kept himself out of trouble and really caught the strategy down to a T. But unfortunately for Green, it is not going at all well at the moment, is it? There's a technical gremlins on the Haas car, and he's had to let everyone through there, which is very gentlemanlike as well for Green. We just heard in the comments that he's got some issues there, and this is a big blow indeed. So that is still catching up there, so I don't think the safety car will be in this lap. It'll be in the next lap, I think. Now, I really hope that Green's connection improves then. Yeah, fair play for moving over. Seriously, we're saying, yeah, I absolutely hats off to him now. Not a lot of drivers would have done. I certainly wouldn't have done it, I can assure you that. But yeah, Green then just parked in the middle of the. He didn't park in the middle of the course, did he? But we seen him just stuck there, didn't we? So there was issues there for Green. He's moved over, let everyone through. Really, it's really hurt his race there, hasn't it? Green has there. He is going to be absolutely furious, I'm sure, but I certainly would be. As Percy there is dropped right behind Menace at the moment. I was wondering if he was coming into the pits then, as Green is still struggling, isn't there? He's coming to the pits. I'm wondering if he is coming in. Leave and rejoin, Sam. Try that. Farf is saying then. So Green is coming to the pits now, and so let's see then. So he's coming to the pits, and hopefully he could try leaving and rejoining then. Farf, of course, who is the race director, of course, said that he's also changed the nose cone as well. Then, so hopefully Green can get themselves sorted then and get back out. That is the nose cone now is being changed on the Haas now. Who's on medium compound tires. That painted this Grand Prix, and we got a couple of drivers on soft tires. I'm surprised Immortal came back into the pits with soft, to be honest. I thought that he went on mediums, didn't he? So I was surprised by that. I thought he would have stayed on soft compound tires, to be honest. Anyway, let's get going, shall we, in this one. Green has not left the session still, but hopefully his connection has stabilised. He's coming to the pits, gone to the mediums now. I think just get out of people's way, which is very good stuff indeed. Very sportsmanlike there from Green. No, I certainly would have done that. But of course, that's why I'm not a racer at ALR. Right, hopefully we'll be back going in just a jiffy. Let's take a look at the grid, shall we? And if you have a default helmet, leave and change it. It's disgusting. Who left there? Did someone leave? Oh, Green's out of the race apparently. And I'm not sure if he's left or retired there, but I was reading Mushroom's comment there, which I do agree with completely. Of course, you cannot have a default helmet; it's absolutely shocking behaviour. But Green is, I think he's retired. That is absolutely heart-wrenching now. Safety car's in it, and it's like Green out of the race then through no fault of his own there. Technical issues there with the connection, unfortunately. Out of the race there. Lights also out of the race as well. He was the cause of this safety car, Lights was. Bit of a difficult race this was for Lights, and he was on very much a high after that incredible race in Formula 2 in Down Under in Australia just over a couple of days ago. And yeah, Sam has joined, but unfortunately that is rubbish. I think Sam left the session, and the session is decided to DNF Green, which is absolutely outrageous, isn't it? We're gone. We're racing again then, and Menace leads the way then with Percy in second position. Third is Milan, and fourth position is Box box down. Liam, yeah, is overtaken, but here comes Indigo back past him now as we go down into turn 1. He's got the inside, he has the position. No, he doesn't there. Mr. H on the outside, then contact there, and now Troy is up into 8th position. So Troy then now back into 8th position. We've got Nigel getting past Keza on the inside there. Great manoeuvre there, goodness me. Now going back to the front as well, and so Menace leads the way. Troy is up into 7th. Troy is like a freight train. He is steaming through at the moment there. He's up into 7th now. Troy has loved the helmet. Fantastic step out from Troy as we go into turn 4. And of course, none of the runners in front of Troy has pitted, so this is a golden opportunity now for Troy. Can he get to the end on those hard tires? Is what I'm thinking. I think he can, you know. I'm sure he can, but of course, we all know about my tire predictions. They go completely up on his head, don't they? Just watching and Troy all over the back of Sloth here. What about the other runners on the new tires? Mr. Rage in 10th at the moment, Knowles in 11th, Nigel in 12th. Mr. Rage out of the race, and that's exactly what's happened to Lights here, and that is ALR. So there's another safety car. Look, there's debris. It must have been such an impact because the debris is still floating out of turn 9. My goodness me. And that is it then. Oh dear, Mr. Rage out of the race, and he was one of the drivers that was going to steam through the field, but safety car is out then. What is the what's the front runners going to do here? Now then, they're all going to peel off into the pits, and lap 9 out of 26, this I think is a much more sensible window for the medium runners to come into the pits then. What are the hard runners going to do then? One of the hard runners are going to try and stay out and extend this stint then, but that is still a lot of time to give up if you're not going to pit under the safety car, isn't it? But serious question, is it wrong for me to, is it wrong that I wanted the Haas to do well? Normally it would be, but of course with some, I think for Green then, who's been an absolutely spectacular Grand Prix racer since joining ALR, of course it's never wrong to wish Green well, because he's done a great job, hasn't he? Into the pits now, all the medium runners are coming to the pits, apart from Liam. Yeah, safety car is now up then, so Max is just stopped then, and so has Milan and Boxtel. Chaz also in the background as well. Boxtel on the medium tyres then, so Boxtel going for a 2-stop strategy here, I think. So he's going to have to do another stop. Knowles has gone soft here as well then, so Knowles they're going for, I wonder if they're all assuming that it's going to be another safety car. They should all pit. Serious Mushroom was saying, most have taken your advice there, Mushroom. The ones that haven't is the drivers on the hard tyres of Indigo and Percy. Liam, yeah, is not coming to the pits either. Nigel's made his way back into 5th position now. Keza is in 6th with Coop in 7th and Mortay, German in 9th position, and Chapper's in 10th as well on those old hard tyres. Safety cars should not take too long now. I reckon it'll be out this lap and the next lap, then we'll be racing again. And a lot of safety cars here tonight. 3 retirements already before we even got to half distance. But of course, we had about 6 cars go out in the sprint race, didn't they? Goodness gracious me. Just a hunch, but Liam's going to try medium soft set. Goodness gracious me, that I must admit I wasn't expecting that medium soft set. Do you think? I thought that the softs would just fall apart, you know. So when can Liam come to the pits? Mate, am I ruining the? I thought it's Tango's fault then, because I read the comments out. He wrote it, I just read it out. But is I wonder if Liam, what laps are going to go onto the soft tires? You reckon? Can they do 10 laps? Can Liam do another couple of laps and get to lap 16 potentially, then go on soft set? Or is Liam thinking a bit later on, maybe lap 18 to 20 maybe? I'm not too sure, I love it. Sam took the advice to leave and rejoin, and of course it retires me. On to the next race. Apologies if I was in the way for anyone with the bad connection there. Don't worry about it, Sam. We're going to blame Far because he said the advice. So, but unlucky for Green next, he hadn't pitted, and I think he retired before the issues came up. He was right behind Troy, and he would have, I think they probably would be 3rd or 4th right now there if he didn't pit, of course, where his teammate is at the moment there for Green. But out of the race then, of course, the man who finished 2nd here last season, who did an absolutely outstanding job there. Not your fault, Sam. Fair play for moving over it. Yeah, that's a very good thing to do. I think that ALR should probably have a sportsman of the season award. We don't have that award, do we? But I think that I must say I think that you wouldn't mind that award, I don't think, but you'll only be moving out of the way if something's gone majorly wrong with your car. So perhaps you don't really want that award, maybe. But Green now, definitely sportsman of the day here tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed. But what isn't fantastic is Green is out of the Grand Prix, along with Lights and Mr. Rage. Mr. Rage and Bull, I should say, in the war, along with Lights as well. Both drivers have done exactly the same thing. I don't know if that's what he's doing, because because I'm not in the party with him tonight, then Tango was saying that. Oh, so Tango's just having a hunch, you know. So I thought Tango would have been like Liam's race engineer, because a lot of drivers I do know do share parties with each other, and they do talk through some strategies, especially, of course, Tango may be also looking at this night and maybe thinking about the medium softs tomorrow and for silver, of course. If, of course, if Forest Hogan posted something tomorrow, we might even need the intermediates and wet tyres there. So save the car at the moment, and hopefully it'll be in at the end of the lap, and then we'll be back racing then. So it's a bit of a stop-start Grand Prix at the moment, isn't there? Action galore in the sprint and the main race here tonight. And goodness gracious me, I've even got a big old wet patch on me on me chair, which is, this is why I normally stand up, you see, because yeah, I don't want to have a sweaty bum on me beautiful sofa. Right, Percy is about to, hopefully the safety car lights will be turned off in a minute, and we'll be back racing here in Baku. Troy, it does not need to stop again. Percy does need to stop again. Indigo needs to stop again. Liam Yan needs to stop again. The other drivers, I'm sure that Boxtower needs to stop again as well, because he's done medium so far, if I'm not very much mistaken. Cleanest gold race this season. Serious Buster saying, and hopefully it's also the most action-packed gold race as well, isn't it? Maybe. Safety car in then, we're going green then. Unfortunately, green's not going green because he's out of the Grand Prix. Let's say now weave left to right. The only problem is rear tires. The opposite problem Lewis Lewis had in Monaco in 2019 then. That's a very Tango. They're giving us a lot of information. So rear tires that is the limiting factor in this one then. Right, we're going to get going in just a jiff then. And if Tango is right about the hunch then, so surely the hard tires should get to the end then from Troy's perspective then. We've no driver has won 2 Grand Prix this season. Can Tango be the first here tonight then, or are we going to get a 4th different winner in the 4th race of the season? Percy leads. Second position is Troy then. Third position is Indigo then. Indigo on a good start then as well as we're back racing. Nigel's alongside Liam. Yeah, Liam then is going to be, might be a sit-in duck. They go very close at it to turn 1. But Liam has got the momentum. He's got the inside as well. Nigel will be disappointed at that because he probably would like to have got through. As we got a lovely camera shot here. I love that as we fly past me out of turn 2 here. And now going for some more drag racing and no DRS just yet. Then boxed out up into 13th position. There. We got a couple of drives. Nigel steaming through. Liam has had to bail out of it there. Great car control there from Liam because of course because Kaz is off the circuit. Liam bailed out of it. He saved his front wing there, but unfortunately he's lost all kinds of positions there, hasn't he? Unfortunately for Liam, but I think that may come to help him later on. Then, of course, he doesn't have to pit, does he? And Liam, might be wanting to go on the soft tyres, as we've heard. The Alpines have switched around with Knowles. He's got past Chappers and moved himself up into 14th position, I should say. And now we got Indigo still up into third position there. Indigo showing he's got some speed there. Nigel's a second and a bit behind now. Gurman up into 5th position as well. Nightmare weekend for Gurman so far, but he's now up into 5th. Immortal now in 6th as well. Coop Drum down 7th. Immortal on the soft tyres there. Look, we got Box also getting past Sonat then. Oh my goodness me, going down into turn 15. Look at Slop there, the back end wagging there like an excitable dog. Fantastic. Menace in that not finished there. Milan has got past Max there, and all the frack car going on there. I have unbeknownst to me that Milan has got past Max there. That is crucial in this Grand Prix. And here comes Milan, and he's got a lot of overtaking to do now, hasn't he? On board now as he now goes side by side. Then Milan is now through up into 7th position, or is he Coop there? Who is Milan there forcing his way through? And now he's also got to help Menace through. So Menace up in 3rd position there. Coop hanging it outside there. Dropped 2 positions, unfortunately, for the Ferrari driver on very soft tyres now. And this is good information there. Who is that? That's Gurman there getting past Nigel. Gurman up in the 4th position there. Great drive for Gurman here tonight. They're really picking his spot then. Boxed out. Also seeing a bit of the old sign of Boxed out from last season. Nightmare start to the season. He scored points in the sprint and now wants to score more here in the Grand Prix itself there. Boxed out in that position there. Chaza was trying to get past on that in 12th position there. Yellow flag, yellow flag. What's happened? What's happened? There's all kinds of carnage out there, and someone's come off the circuit, and Gurman's up the order, and there's a Red Bull off in the background as well. Indigo is down into 14th position. Gurman's through, Max is through as well. Milan is dropped down into 6th position there, and Nigel's in 5th at the moment there, but I think Indigo's come off the circuit. Oh my, I missed all that, goodness me, I'm not sure what happened there, and Milan has spun Nigel around there, I think, goodness gracious me, and the Mercedes has got the nose cone here, debris all over the circuit, halfway through this Grand Prix, and it's all gone a bit peaked on for the second Mercedes there. Both Mercedes have been in the wars in this race, haven't they, so far? However, Troy, who is Troy in the sprint, Milan in the Grand Prix, Knowles has got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags, naughty boy, that might be a glitch, we'll find out then, but he'll have to put his footage in there if he wants to get that removed then. Troy takes the lead then, and look at how much gap they have got then, and Troy leads, and Percy and Troy are going side by side. Diaz is now being enabled, then Percy's at the inside, keeps the lead of the Grand Prix. Troy's going to go up, and then he has so much more purchaser, he's back into the, oh no, and Troy and Percy have come together for ESC. Oh my goodness me, and Troy is absolutely furious there. Percy's got damage as well. Then I'm just taking a look there, and oh no, goodness gracious me. Max Menace in third, Gurman in fourth, Boxall in fifth position, Coop in sixth, and it's a VSC at the moment now. What about the pit stoppers? Milan in 14th, Malto in 15th, Nigel in 16th, Indigo in 17th. VSC is out there as Troy leads the way, but he's going to have to come to the pits. He's got major damage there, and Percy's got damage in the Williams as well. Not sure if that was a issue with connection or whatnot. They were, but I'm wondering, did Troy clear the Williams there? Williams there. Was Percy entitled to some space on the outside? We'll have to have another look at that then, but that is not good. That is not good at all, is it? That goodness gracious me. Oh dear, so now there was going across that is a serious motion there. Softs are just bad here. Go on, Gurney then. So just watching Troy at the moment. It's drive-through pounding now for Knowlesy. It's getting from bad to worse out there. And now is Percy is through. So Sam Green has left the session. Percy is retaking the lead then. What's he going to do? Is Percy going to come into the pits, and he's got major damage then. Menace in third position at this moment in time. Fourth position is Gurnman, fifth is Boxtel, sixth is Coop, seventh is Sonat with Chaza in eighth, Slop in ninth, and Knowlesy in the 10th position now. And then is Percy in the pits? He is in the pits there. So top two are in the pits. And Menace in third position there. Boxtel now in fourth, and Gurman in fifth position here at the moment. So this action-packed Grand Prix that very much as just watching Gurman here in third position there. Sonat is made his way up into fourth position, but he's had some issues there coming out of turn one. Chaza is now in fifth with Coop in fourth position, but here comes Sloth coming through as well. Sloth up into sixth there. Sonat is dropping down like a stone. Chaza's up into fourth, and Alfa Romeo are absolutely flying in this race now. They're both third and fourth. Where is the champion Troy Ahiras? He's in 30th position. Percy is in 11th there, and Knowlesy is the fourth. It's the rose between the two thorns there, as I have a feeling that Percy and Troy are going to be having some stern words with each other after this Grand Prix, because yes, that to me that may have looked a bit avoidable. As Troy off the circuit, and Troy is off the circuit then, and the world champion is it's a nightmare race for the world champion. And Troy then, who I don't think he's damaged as he's on the soft tyres now. Percy's gone on medium. He has a Nigel on softs as well. Watching Liam Yeo, who's not coming to the pits yet. He does need to come into the pits, doesn't he, sooner rather than later then. And just on board now with Sloth in at sixth position. There is Coop driving a superb race, but those soft tyres are going to be very much second hand now in the Ferrari. Ferrari have not scored any points yet this season, I believe. I don't think they have they? I haven't got the constructors in front of me now. But they haven't scored any points so far. Ferrari haven't then. So this is a golden opportunity for Ferrari to get themselves off the mark in the Constructors' Championship. And they're just watching Boxtel as he is going side by side, having a look. No, yes, no, it's just too far back when Boxtel is there. I've got to be honest. I need to remember what tires Boxtel started on. I'm sure he started on medium tires. He'll have to come. I'm sure he'll have to come back into the pitch. You know, both Mercedes down in 16 and 17th at the moment. It's a nightmare race for the team from Brackley. Pretty disappointing. Pretty difficult one indeed. Immortal set the fast on the race as we've got a lot of pit activity going on with Percy back into the top 10 now. As just now watching Coop in 6th position. Great drive at the moment there from Coop. Fantastic stuff out there. I don't want to take my eyes off the action here. Because I'm a bit worried that I'm going to miss stuff with that. Nigel dropping behind Indigo there, and I don't think that's not what he wanted there, Nigel. I wonder if he's got major damage to the Aston Martin there, potentially, because I think he spun. I'm not sure if Milan spun him around or not, but it looked like it, didn't it? We did have a bit of a rear camera angle there, but I'm sure it did look like they got a helping hand. And I wonder if that's damaged the rear of the car, potentially for Nigel. But he's down in 14th position. Nigel's got no points at the moment in this World Championship as of that. Boxed out all over the back of Max, and we think the Max can go to the end. Boxtal's in the wall, and Boxtal is in the wall, and and that's a make German right into the wall, and that is a safety car. German out of the race. And he's done exactly the same as Boxtel, but in much heavier. German out of the Grand Prix, and that is German there, who was driving a good race in third position there, was really making a recovery drive nicely. But out of the Grand Prix, German is there, and he is going to be furious with himself here. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, let me catch up with the comments, shall we? Because there's Godfrey. I think I haven't seen Godfrey for a very long time. But Godfrey, some things never change. Then I wonder if is that the action or is that the action and drama? Maybe into the pits comes Coop. On to more soft tires now. That should get him to the end of the race. This is perfect now for Liam Yedda. Now let's see if Tango's been Mystic Meg here tonight. Then soft tires for Coop. Then everyone's got on soft tires. Yeah, I think he is. Yes, he is right. Tango very much Mystic Meg in the Haas car, and yes, I think the Tango there very much calling it perfectly. Troy in 10th position. Now got a call. Liam in 11th, 12th is Chappers, 13th Indigo, Knowlesy in 14th, Keza in the Ferrari in 15th, with Milan in 16th position as well, also coming into the pits at lap 17 out of 26 here in this one. Serious Mushroom Gold Standards, Serious Mushroom will say, good gosh, some people need to stop moving back onto the racing line when overtaken there. Serious Mushroom, I missed that I was typing it. By the end of the race, you're going to have to wade through the carbon fibre then. Be able to build your own car there, and Godfrey is saying then would be hard to drive with them shards then. Pick it up and run, just like the Flintstones. Yes, indeed. Barney is it Barney Gubble? I don't know. I know one of them's Fred. Sloth has been under the radar. Great stuff indeed there for Sloth. Irvine, I'm pretty sure Boxtel started on hard tyres. Oh, goodness me. So Boxtel does not need to stop again. I'm feeding you false information. Shocking behaviour indeed then. Yeah, I think Boxtel is good. The Mushroom, the Jinx again then. I know, right. Tango, I was about to put Boxtel Baku bounce back, but can't say that anymore. If that wing is damaged then, the drama, Sean. I hope you're well, buddy. I'm always well, my good sir. I hope you're well indeed. Godfrey and Sam then at this rate with all the safety cars, goodness gracious me, good job on having my teeth out tomorrow. Wing was broken, couldn't turn. German saying out of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, German was from a superb third position. At this rate, all the safety cars, I should have stayed in. Haha. Luke saying just thought I'd swing by on my way home from the London E-Prix. Oh goodness me, Luke, I hope you had a good one there. Gubble, thank you very much, Serious Mushroom there. We of course the most important thing tonight is that I now know that it's Barney Gubble. To be fair, I haven't watched some Flintstones in ages. I think I watched the live action film with I can't remember his name now. Oh gosh, I think it's John Goodman, wasn't it? Who was in it? I absolutely love that film. It's brilliant. Anyway, I think was Halle Berry in it as well. I certainly remember her. Right, lap 18 out of 26 here. Safety car out at the moment. Drivers that took the opportunity to pit on this one was Coop, who's in a very good 7th position. Sonat driving superbly well in 8th as well. Liam Yeh, Chappers, Indigo, Knowlesy, Keza, and Milan all in the. All pitted at this moment in time, and the soft tyres is going to be quite interesting now. Menace, who has not finished hard and 7th in his Grand Prix career in golf, that's easy for me to say, is currently, is currently, what am I saying? He's currently leading the race, and he's not been any harder than 7th in his career, but now can he get a Grand Prix win on his 3rd or 4th start, I believe? I need to get a better memory, really, don't I? But at the moment, Menace leads the way. Boxstyle is in 2nd, but he's got the fresher medium tyres, hasn't he? He needs to make hay whilst the sun is shining there for Boxstyle. Chazza and Sloth in 3rd and 4th. McLaren are doing a superb race today, aren't they? This will very much elevate them up the order. Both Williamses are 5th and 6th at the moment. They're Percy on medium tyres, a Mortal on soft bed. Everyone further down now is on the soft compound tyres, and 8 laps to go around here, which is very much forever and a day, doesn't it? That's basically like a whole sprint, the whole sprint race that we got left in this race. I remember how that went to. So Boxtel, no damage. I don't think he has, and it doesn't look like it on the end plate there, but he went into that wall quite heavily, not as heavily as Gernman, but safety cars in. It doesn't look like it. I'll be surprised if he's got no damage there. He must have a bit of damage. I am absolutely sure about that. How sure? Not sure enough to put me house on it, but luckily I don't own a house unless I want my Lego house. Or that was sung by Ed Sheeran. Right there's ooh, I thought Menace was in the wall then, but goodness me, look how close they are. As Boxstar wants to get this move done and dusted fairly early on, doesn't he? Menace leads the way then. Look at them all just trying to warm up those tyres. I always get nervous when they do that, because I could just imagine them doing a Grosjean and going into the wall then. I need to pay attention. You do indeed then. Percy favourite again now with that. Oh no, I've just knocked my stream off. Right, we're back racing, and Percy's going for already then as we go into turn 1. Then he's 16. He's at the inside. Percy, no, it's his box talent going for the lead here. We're against Menace here. I'm in last year because Percy's in the Aston. Menace leads Boxtel in 2nd position then. What about the others going around them? Liam Yeh is fighting with Troy then. Liam Yeh is just about got around that corner there. I was getting very nervous indeed then. Milan trying to get back through as well. It has been an action-packed Grand Prix then. Lucas is now up into Percy now passes Sloth clipped the tech pro, but I think he's just okay. I think it was just a glancing blow with the tech pro. A Malta in 6th position now. Troy has got past Nigel and up into 7th position there. But no, because Troy has now lost 2 positions here because Nigel's through. And Nigel's now for contact there. More contact there. And goodness gracious me, they're getting those elbows out at the moment. Oh, golly gosh there. Now Nigel in 9th position. Liam up into 8th position there. I think that we've seen Percy now up into 3rd position. That's exactly where Godfrey said Percy favourite again now with that tyre advantage. Yeah, it's only 4 laps on those medium tyres. Thank goodness gracious me. And we've now got a mortal fight. Who was that? Was that? I thought Sona was in the barrier. Having a look there down into the very fast turn number 15 here. By golly gosh. We got a bit of a queue for him beyond Liam Yeh then, but I think that's because they've been scrapping hand over fist, haven't they? As I now fly across, there's Boxtel and Percy going to be like, yeah, boy, as they're now in 2nd and 3rd. Troy's got past Nigel. There he is. Oh, my golly gosh, that. Oh, no, Nigel's off the circuit there. He somehow kept it going. Boxtel takes the lead at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Menace Maxi trying to come back, and I'm going into turn 1. No, he doesn't. Milan now up into 12th position as well. And now that here comes Percy. Now, Percy had to try and race, hasn't he? But he has been the quickest. Now, another 2 old sparring partners that could be fighting for the end of this race between Boxtel and Percy. I don't think I can take it anymore. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Drawing the days out, Menace, Geordie, and Boxtel. Menace, Geordie, and the Coop, as in Soup, all again drawing the day at the moment here. Percy, 6 laps to go in this race, and he cannot hang around too much. And DRS is not available just yet. Look at Aston Martin, they're struggling, isn't it, on the back end? And that is just going to allow Percy up in his second position there. He didn't hang around at all, the Williams driver, didn't he? He has been on pole position, hasn't it? But it's been anything but a breeze, hasn't it, for the Williams driver now? Oh my goodness me. As now we're flying through and up into second position there. Tango, the Hawk would be jealous tonight with the elbows used. Goodness me, he would be indeed then. Absolutely incredible stuff here, isn't it? And, wow, my goodness me. And now we've got Coop, who is, of course, winner contender for driver of the day here tonight. He's my personal driver today. He's been absolutely superb in the Ferrari. And I've got everything crossed that him and Ferrari can get some decent points at the end of this race. But he's driving a very good, solid Grand Prix. And that is what Ferrari needed here tonight. And they have certainly, Cooper certainly delivered so far. Keza also can get some points as well. That second Ferrari in 14th at the moment. Nigel right down the order in a 16th position. You need now probably, so I say, get your popcorn. Remember that these two have got history, haven't they? And now they're boxed out, trying not to punch a hole in the air. Then, as DRS has now been enabled, then Slop jumping down a couple of positions because it got 4 wide down into turn 1 here. Amorto up into 6th position, 5th position. Slop almost losing it. Cooper's just up into 7th position as well. The hard shot McLaren just hasn't got any defence here. And oh, guys, a box down has lost the lane. I don't know who to look for. And the Williamson takes the lead. Box of no par. Percy takes the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Cooper's in front of Immortal and up into 6th position. Slop has got past Immortal, dropping down 6th position. He's going to have a look. No, he isn't. I wonder if Immortal's struggling. There's 7 laps on those soft tyres. Is that too much for the soft tyres? Liam, yeah, also in the thick of things as well. Then. And now trying to get past Indigo just about giving him a car's whip from the outside. He has got past Indigo though. He's got the inside. That's good. Oh gosh, I'm covering my eyes here because how did I get through? Incredible. Liam, yeah, 9th position there. Indigo in 10th position there. He's now in the Troy. I think he's got some damage. He's down in 12th position now. Not the world champion, not making any dent into his predicament, down in 12th position. Unfortunately, Percy leads by a second and a half now from Boxtel. Max in 3rd position, Chaz in 4th, Cooper in 6th position, Sonat in 5th. At the moment, Sloth there has now got a queue of cars behind him with Immortal, Liam, yeah, Indigo, Milan, Troy, Nosey, Keza, Chappers, Nigel 22 seconds back at the moment now. Goodness gracious me. And just on board now with on board once again then with on board with Immortal then, as Brooksy the engineer then for Percy's talent now is telling him his driver to play it safe then as Percy being a GP for Percy tonight, isn't he? Slop dropping down the order because Liam, yes, up to 7th position, Immortal in 8th position. That's how you go, start to dart across the track. And who's that? That's Indigo on the outside. There's contact. They somehow keep it on the wall here. And now Immortal's got the inside for turn number. Oh my goodness me! And now I think that was a appalling run there from Immortal. And now Indigo's through and up into 7th position. No, make that 8th then. I was almost close there. And goodness gracious me, then Slopping. Immortal is dropping down. Nigel set the fast on the race. There's contact Milan at the inside and passes. He's now got a point then for the Mercedes team. And who's that? Troy is weaving this way and that way. Knowlesy on the outside. Knowlesy is somehow snuck through. Goodness gracious me, that was an incredible manoeuvre. And where's Troy? Troy's got the outside there. For Knowlesy's on the inside. Knowlesy has still got the outside now for turn. I don't even know where we are on the circuit. But Troy is having a look there, but no dice at the moment. 22 out of 26 there to go into the twilight. It's incredible Grand Prix. So now 4 tenths of a second away from Chaz. He's drawn a superb race and in the very much. Who was in the wall there? So I'm sure someone's in the wall there. Immortal dropping down the order, and now Nosey all over the back as well. Milan's got a 3-second penalty. Look, Immortal just cannot defend anymore. He is dropping down like a stone now. Immortal is unfortunately a nightmare day for the World Championship leader. Really difficult stuff indeed there. Yeah, he's letting everyone through. Immortal is I'm not sure. I hope this is not a retirement there for Immortal. That is a devastating blow for the Williams drivers. Those soft tyres, I wonder if they were just stretching a bit too far. So now all over the back of Chazzy. So now a super sub tonight. Super sub tonight for the Alpha Tower. This will be some more good points. Chaz on the hard tires, and along with Slotfed, very similar strategies. And Menace. There is Max there. Goodness me, Max may struggle to get on the podium here because Sonat is now only a 7/10 of a second away from the hard shot Aston Martin here. Boxstar, great drive up into second position there. He's been superb. Boxstar hasn't he? Great recovery drive from Percy as well. With all action and drama here in Baku, and there's going to be some very unhappy drivers then in this one. Then Cooper, on the outside, then Liam, up into sixth position. Then you said one stop Liam's done today, and he's driven superbly well in the Haas car. And up into sixth position, then Nosey has got past Milan. Milan is crawling and down into 11th position. I wonder if he's letting his teammate through because of that penalty there. And my gosh, there, I am absolutely disgusted at the moment. I'm so sweaty and horrible. Oh gosh, goodness gracious me. So we're just now going into the castle section, and can Menace Max there? Should I say Max? Can he defend then to the end of this race? And what an action-packed Grand Prix, and we've still got 3 more races to come this week. Of course, we are going to be in silver and bronze, and we'll have the same format as tonight, and we'll have a qualified format of 18 minutes and standard for silver and bronze. Then we'll have the sprint race like tonight, then 9 laps. Then we'll have the Grand Prix itself, which is 26 laps like tonight as well. My word there, but I think that tonight then, if anything goes like tonight, we have got a very, very exciting week coming up, haven't we? As they fly past me once again, and Sonat then hoping to get a podium on his return, then this would be his best result of his career in ALR. Sonat then, of course, he very much lifted morale, didn't he, in the Williams team when he last drove in ALR, and now he's doing the same again for the AlphaTauri. He's on the podium. Sonat is now. Can those soft tyres keep going to the end of this race? That is the question now, as Indigo all over the back of Kupu's driving a supreme race as well, as Milan into the pits there for the Mercedes car. And a very disappointing day for both Mercedes, as I must say. It has been a trying race, to say the least, hasn't it? Drivers will be going for fastest lap now, as Irvine is saying he's dreading tomorrow. Then we're on board then with Indigo up in 7th position. I'll keep your comments coming in, guys. I'll try and read them out ASAP. I'll try to anyway. But let's take a look at driver day at the moment. It's Menace Max, and he's got driver day with 10% of the vote. Cooper on 20% and Geordie on 10% now. As far as us, we're not too hopeful, Max, as he wasn't meant to pull him in there. Goodness gracious me. Anyway, a hell of a race here for saying it feels like the rerun of 2017. Tango is saying no one has an answer to Percy, to be fair. I went for Boxdown for driver of the day. Matthew Thomas, good evening to you, Matthew Thomas. Brooksy, look at you, Irvine then. So am I. I will be in hospital. Then of course, Serious Mission then is having his wisdom teeth taken out, which is absolutely. I don't think I've ever had a wisdom tooth taken out, but that's probably because I've got no wisdom. Oh no! And Indigo is in the wall. He's done the same as Boxstar. The question is he damaged the car? It don't look like it, but that is definitely music to the eyes. Can you have music in the eyes? I don't think you can you? But Cooper's definitely going to be loving what he's seen in front of him. Indigo hitting the wall, so to speak, in the Ferrari. But he is about 9/10 of a second back. 9/10 of a second back. Yellow flag as Milan there, I think, is trying to go for fastest lap there. But I think he might have to wait a lap or two. Menace has got 2 more laps and see if he can regain that third position there. Boxstyle is being reeled in. There he is in second position there. Boxstyle using his... Boxstyle is using his experiences in this race to very much try and navigate his way through a hellacious Grand Prix, to say the least there. And I can't believe it's only 9 o'clock. It feels like I've been on air for about 2 hours in this one. It's been mega stuff indeed. A Malta. Indigo driving superbly well now, up into 6th position now. Of course, Indigo very much is famine or feast, isn't it? But he scores major points when he's out of the race. But Indigo up into 6th position, like great stuff. Liam down to 7th. Knowlesy in a superb 9th position. Troy hasn't got an answer in 10th position now. Keza could potentially steal that point off the world champion here. A nightmare race for Troy there. That's 2 races in a row there where Troy has really struggled, hasn't he? Retirement in Australia last summer, and only a point at the moment there. And that point is very much not looking is not looking a sure thing by any stretch of the imagination here. 4 cars out of the race, and German out of the race, Raging Bull out of the race, and Lights out of the race, Green out of the race as well. Technical problems there for Green, unfortunately. Mortal has just passed Nigel and moved himself up into 30th position. Nigel down in 14th there in the Aston Martin there. Unfortunately, Nigel still no points at the moment out of the first 4 races for the champion of silver. That is not what we was expecting there for Nigel, but he's really struggled with the 2023 start of the season there. Watching as Matthew Thomas is tuned up on his other YouTube there. My engineer skills are not matched. That's what he's saying. Here's Menace on the outside. Can Sonat come back at him? No, he just goes right back underneath the rear wing of the Aston Martin. And he's got to follow him through. Then maybe he's going to get a bit of DRS then on this final lap. Then can Menace keep hold of this first position here? Final tour of Baku, and I'm sure some of the drivers are going to be relieved about that, to say the least, aren't they? Keza only is less than 3 tenths of a second back from Troye. Mercedes are not going to score any points at all. Then it's a nightmare run of events here for the Mercedes team. There's Boxtel in second position now. Boxtel from opening his account finally in the sprint, and now having a great race here tonight in the Grand Prix itself. Milan has salvaged the point for himself and the Mercedes team. Can Troye also get that point as well? Down in 10th position there. Well, that is rubbish. Great stuff. Right, how do I get back in? Uh-oh. Rightio then. Anyway, yes, I'm going to miss Percy. I think going across the line, which is absolutely rubbish, isn't it? I hope that I've got 30 seconds left. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, dear. Oh, anyway then. Yes, hopefully, 200 actually gives me a bit of a respite indeed there. Menace Max has got to driver of the day. Good stuff indeed there. Good stuff indeed there for Menace Max. Hopefully I can get back in. I'm absolutely knackered. I am. Oh my goodness gracious me! I'm a little upset to us because I really don't like missing the end of the Grand Prix. That is absolutely shocking behaviour indeed. Then, right. Well, we got 26 laps. Let me get back in there. Don't worry about anything else. Come on, come on, come on, come on, please, please, please. Oh my, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying as well. I'm ready. I think that hopefully, let's see who's across the line. Yep, I'm in spectator mode. Percy has won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. An incredible race there for Percy in the end. I must say that I think I read the comments in the end then. But Percy, I think, was unmatched today, wasn't he? He did a great job in this race, Percy has there. Boxtel in second, great recovery drive from Boxtel, and Menace on his first start of the season, and maybe the first start of many, actually, for Menace, doing a great job in third position. Sonat was just a couple of laps away then from getting a podium on his return drive as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. But today, the day is the day for Percy. An incredible drive from Percy, and he's so good. He's not even turning the steering wheel as he goes round. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Percy and for him and for the Williams team as well. And I think that's Percy's first win of the season. That is Williams's second win of the season, and that is also Percy's ninth Grand Prix win of his career. And he's just one away now from Troye's total tally of wins there as well. So good stuff indeed there for Percy tonight. And I think, is that his most impressive win of his career? I'll let you guys decide. I'll let you guys decide. But that is certainly up there in his top 3, I would hazard a guess. And then he lofts the trophy above his head. Magnificent stuff indeed. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the race here in Azerbaijan. And it is Percy who won the race then, even though he started on pole position then. I must say, it was a very tough race, wasn't it? Boxtel, brilliant drive to second in the end, and it did look too good. Did it after the qualifying, but the sprint race got himself back up to fourth then, and then for second as well. Then very much experience got Boxtel through that race, I feel. Third position, it's Menace. A great drive from Menace, his best result of his gold career. Sonat also his best result of his gold career as well in fourth position. So unlucky not to get the podium. And and then Chazza in 5th position. 6th is Indigo. Great drive from Indigo. He probably deserved a drive of the day shout, to be fair. Liam Yan 7th. Coop, great result then. First points for Ferrari. Nosey in 9th, and 10th is Troy, the champion. Disappointing day. Kez in 11th. Chappers in 12th. Immortal 13th. Sloth in 14th. Nigel in 15th. And 16th is Milan, getting that bonus point for driver for fast lap as well. Retirements is Gurma, Mr. Raging Bull, and Sam Green, technical bronze, and lights all out of the Grand Prix there. Oh, for goodness gracious me! And I've got the two drivers in the commentary box now, then, and hopefully I'm going to talk us through that race as well. I got to say, what an incredible drive there today, Percy. Brooksy's very much claiming all the credit, though, in the comments there. Are you going to pull him straight, my good sir?
Yeah, he can claim everything he wants. He was a good little engineer in my ears today, and I'll repay the favour for him in bronze on Tuesday. But yeah, getting to my race, qualifying was well, it was just spot on really. I think both my laps were pretty hooked up. I don't know why, but compared to time trial, the short quali felt a lot better. Tyres were gripping up. In time trial, it was like you were driving on ice, but in that session, it was yeah, the tyres were gripping nicely.
And I just about can remember the sprint. I think the sprint was quite straightforward for you, but in the race itself, it was getting very very twitchy, wasn't it? There, well, firstly, let's talk about the sprint first. So you had an incredible battle between yourself and the two Mercedes there. How was that then? Did you feel like it was 2 against 1 in that sprint?
Yeah, it was a good battle. Something I've been fighting for with the Mercedes. Would have been nice to have Immortal up there with us, making it 2v2, but you know, I had to do it on my own today. It was a bit of a shame. I think it was turn 3 or 4. I understeered, hit the wall, and I think my land sort of followed me through and hit me as well. And I think we both unfortunately got damaged, but managed to hold it out in the sprint and get the P1. And then yeah, the main race was looking good. It was a shame about all the safety cars and my incident with Troy, but other than that, it was pretty plain sailing.
Talk us about that incident with Troy. Then it looked like it looked like that Troy was trying to take the race in line, or was from our angle. Then how would you see it?
Yeah, I mean, he got a nice switch back on me into T1, and I think I'm still kind of my front wheel still next to his rear wheel, and as he's come back onto the racing line, I don't think he's kind of judged it perfectly, and yeah, he's hit me, and I've gone into the wall, got damage, and he's ruined his own race as well.
But then after that, a great comeback drive though, because you were certainly very much ruthless towards the end of that race and just getting past everyone what you need to do then, before having quite a plain sailing end to the race really there, because as soon as you took the lead, there was no looking back there. I said that was your top 3 race wins of your gold career there. Of course, it's your 9th win of your career today. How would you rate that there in terms of your all-time wins here?
Yeah, I mean, other than my last win in Baku last season, I would rate it highly. I mean, this season, I think looking at my pace this year, obviously I've not had the greatest luck. Bahrain, obviously, my Wi-Fi was playing up, and I think Jeddah was after that. Yeah, I did win the race tonight, but I had that penalty. So, you know, my pace has been here. I would rate this as one of my better wins, obviously coming back after that damage, but it would have been nice as well to see what Boxtel could have done if we both had the same grip on the tyres, but unfortunately his tyres were a bit older. But other than that, it was fun.
I think the audience was looking forward to you and box out having the battle. To be fair, I think Mushroom said grab the popcorn. Well done today, Percy, brilliant drive indeed. Only unfortunately you didn't get driver of the day because you was on for 2, and I think he's on to a 3rd one. Really well done today, Percy. Really good stuff indeed. Boxstar, it's great to see you up here as well. Then you've had a very difficult start to your campaign, then, but the sprint race you did an absolutely superb job. But qualifying, you seem to struggle to hook it up.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm finally back on the podium, so that's a big plus. Yeah, the qualifying didn't went well. Yeah, I just struggle in this game. I can't get up to pace like I did in the last game. I'm like half a second slower than I was in the last game, so I don't know what it is. I just need to train a lot more. Yeah. Other than
But
that, the sprint race was good.
It certainly was indeed there. Great sprint race. I think you finished fourth in the end or something like that. It was absolutely chaotic indeed. But you was picking your way through the sprint race there, whilst everyone around was seemed to be losing their head. Then I did mention in the Grand Prix itself then that you certainly used your experience today to just get yourself through a chaotic Grand Prix. Would you agree with that, or do you think it was more than just that?
No, I was just trying to stay calm and just try to bring it home. And because I'm really happy with this podium, it feels like a win. So yeah, I just took it a bit careful and tried to bring it home and go for the podium at least.
Did you think the win was actually on the cards then? Because you was catching up to the back of Menace towards the end of that race before that safety car came out. Did you think without that safety car you could have won this race?
Well, maybe because in the last stint I had front wing damage, so um, yeah, maybe. But Lucas was insanely fast, so it would be really difficult. But yeah, I don't know.
Was that from where you tagged the wall in turn 15? Because we was me and the viewers was asking if you got damage when you clipped the wall at turn 15. Was that where you picked up the damage?
Yeah, that's where I picked up the damage. Is just locked the rear wheels and on the wall.
But of course, this is the first race you scored points today. Then now though, do you think that this is now where you're going to like change your fortunes around? Then you did say you was half a second off the pace, but going into Miami, then of course you had a incredible race of yourself and Percy last season. There maybe some interesting development towards last season. But do you think you get up to pace by the time Miami comes around and you'll be back at the sharp end?
Well, I really hope so. I mean, I love to fight the guys in front, and I will do whatever it takes to get up the pace in Miami and try to go for the win. The championship is not on my head because I'm just not up to pace, but you never know. We'll see.
Really good stuff. Well driven today, box out. Incredible drive to get yourself second in the Grand Prix and fourth in the sprint race as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. And that's going to be it then for Gold this weekend. Well, goodness me, we're in Miami next week, aren't we? I remember about the chaos we had on the last lap last season between Percy and Boxtel. Round two, isn't there? But it seems like that Boxtel has struggled with pace, but he is back on the podium. Then that's surely going to be alarm bells, isn't it? There for the drivers that are sitting near the top of the standings there. We will be back in Miami then this time next week then as we're back to the usual schedule then of qualifying and the race rather than the sprint race. Tomorrow night though it is going to be Nosey taking you through the sprint Grand Prix for silver then 7:30 UK time. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it. See you tomorrow night.